Hello, welcome to another one of my videos. Today we're going to explore Dezerland Mall and Auto Museum. So let's go ahead and go inside. What a beautiful, beautiful view out here. It's a beautiful day, so let's go inside the museum here. Here we go, we're entering the museum. And what do we see first? We see the Mad character from Mad Magazine. And they kind of have some really cool cars like this one. And you just got a lot of stuff. So we're gonna enter into the welcome to the 1920s. So let's go ahead and enter inside here, and we're greeted by Laurel and Hardy. I don't know who these characters are. These characters. We'll just keep walking. Oh, look at that. It almost looks like the Bonnie and Clyde car. So we'll just keep walking around here. And I believe this museum just opened around a month or two ago. I'll have to verify that for you later. Now check this out. I got a really cool ship model here. Look at that, that's really cool. This reminds me of the ship models that they have on the cruise lines when you go on the cruise, like you go in the hallways or what have you, they'll have a elaborate cruise model like this one. This probably was from a cruise line at one time. So we're entering the room here, and check this out. It's the Green Hornet. Look at that. It's not the actual Green Hornet car, but still a really cool replica. And this one looks like the Christine car, and for some reason they have it covered. Okay, so this looks like this is... Oh, it looks like they're kind of putting the museum together. There's a familiar face. George Burris, yes, King of Customs. Did many videos on him in the past. Here you go for your Scarface fans. You can kind of get lost in here. This is actually a long hallway. Here we go. Of course, you got Elvis. So let's just kind of walk through here. That's pretty cool. Professor Fate. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and walk inside the Hollywood Cars of Stars. You can see the Oscars greeting you. And oh, look at that, Marilyn Monroe. Check that out. And you have Charlie Chaplin. He looks like he's kind of up to something. And then you have Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz. So this car here is, of course, a replica of the same car James Dean owned. Again, that's still pretty cool. And here's another replica. This is the Back to the Future car. Really cool replica. Too bad they don't have it lit up, but it's always still really cool to see these. And here are the Dukes of Hazzard cars. Now here's the Jeep. So we're just gonna go underneath here. And sometimes you could actually see the little mounts there used for the TV cameras or the equipment. But this appears to be the real Jeep according to their information on the thing here. And same goes with the car. You can tell the car is nicely beat up, so apparently it looks original. It's really cool to see these here, especially the Jeep. I always really liked the Dixie Jeep. This is a 1979 Jeep. So pretty cool. According to the information that was from this barcode here, it states that during the 80s filming of the 18, they had to eventually, they lost the sponsorship of from GM General Motors, so they had to actually remove the logo, and that's why you could see that the logo itself is darkened. Like, you don't normally it would be in red or silver, but they had to darken it so it's not you know, it's unnoticeable. Here you go. This is one of the A-Team vans that was screen used. But what the funny thing of this one is it's bare. You don't see the other two seats back there. So that's kind of questionable, but they had quite a few of these vans, so this thing could have been the stunt one, it could have been, you know, you always had different types of A-Team vans. And the mirror looks kind of funny, actually. Look at that mirror. So, but it looks pretty cool. So we'll just keep looking at the cars. The Monkey's car, or at least one of them. I know there's a gentleman that owns one. So, but this is pretty cool. Check this out. See the Monkey's car. Look at that. So what I read is, of course, they had to take the trunk off and everything, and this totally chop this car up, like the take the hood off and everything and modify it to what you see here now. And it actually has a parachute on the back of the car for those drag races that it does. And of course, here's the pipes that you see there. But there it is. Really cool. The Monkey Mobile. You don't see too many of these around. Not even replicas, so really nice to see that in this museum here. And then over here, this is the Saint. It's a pretty cool car. This is the Volvo. It's kind of neat how it almost looks like the Aston Martin, but not quite. Still pretty cool. Yeah, it almost looks like the DB5 car. And there's his picture up there, his display rather. Here you go, another Munster Mobiles. I'll check that one out. That's pretty cool. There's the Munster's coach. But of course, this is a replica. There's so many of these replicas today. They're just everywhere. But this one, I'm going to go ahead and get a closer look at this Munster coach, because it looks pretty old. And from what I heard, the museum that had the original Munster coach in the UK closed like quite a while ago, actually. So I don't know what happened to the original Munster coach. So let's see what kind of information we could get on this one. This one looks like it could almost be the real Munster coach. So let's see. Okay. So it says this is the 1923 Ford Model T-based hot rod special, constructed and designed by the well-known movie car builder George Burris for the famous 60s TV show The Munsters. It features a massive Ford Cobra engine. It has the John's High Dome dimensions, the dimensions, and an Isky cam, and is fueled through 10 carburetors with a huge gold-plated intake pipes. In the 1970s, the car toured the USA extensively and was given a new makeover by its creator, which it still displays today. So I'm actually wondering, because this car looks pretty old. I mean, if you just look at it, it looks like it could almost be the real Munsters car. Check that out. If it is, that would be awesome. I mean, it would be totally an honor to see the real car. I mean, look at this thing. It's pretty old looking, and I've seen a lot of the remakes and everything. There's Herman Munster in the back seat. Check that out. I mean, just look at the car. I mean, all the parts on it are old. So this has got to be one of the original cars. That is really cool. Trying to see if it has any frames. Like I said, sometimes you got to look for the frame mounts for like the cameras and everything. But look at this thing. There's the light. That looks pretty old, you know. You just got to kind of look at the features. But wow. Look at that. This is kind of a back shot. So here's the Chitty Chitty Bang Bang car. Check that out. However, this one, you don't see the wings. Let's just go under here. So again, they made a lot of these cars, you know, for different purposes on the screen. There's a little one. That one is really cool. Look at that thing. That is awesome. Check that out. I didn't realize how big this car was until until you get up close and personal with the car. Check that out. That's really cool. Just kind of walk around it here. So this concludes part 1 video of Dezerland tour. So please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and look for part 2 next.